Have you ever had this kind of feeling? Today I don't feel like doing anything. I just wanna lay in my bed. I'll be lounging on the couch, just chilling in my snuggie. Click to MTV so they can teach me how to Dougie. Nobody's gonna tell me I can't. Wait, how about work? Just do it later. And yes, we call this procrastination. That's right, it's when you have something to do, but you just don't want to do it. Your brain will relate this task to boredom and redirect itself to something fun. Lots of people describe this behavior as laziness. But newsflash! Actually, it's not laziness, but just that you lack motivation to do what you're supposed to, fear of failures, or other reasons. In the end, you still have to do it, which is the difference between lazy people who ends up doing nothing at all. Newsflash, you're not alone. Joseph Ferrari, a professor of psychology at DePaul University, who is a leading international researcher in the study of procrastination, has found that up to 20% of people are facing chronic procrastination. Procrastination is a habit that is deeply rooted and cannot be cured in such a short period of time.
The reason that learning to avoid procrastination is so important is that good learning is a bit-by-bit activity. You want to avoid cramming, which doesn't build solid neural structures. By putting the same amount of time into your learning, but spacing that learning out by starting earlier, you'll learn better.
So, how does this happen? When you think of boring tasks or chores, you will feel pain around the insular cortex of your brain. However, this feeling of pain goes away as you shift or focus your attention on something more pleasurable like watching funny YouTube videos, playing video games, or doing stuff that you like. No wonder why we don't wait to procrastinate. But the problem with procrastination is that you didn't get to do the things you're supposed to do, and this can have negative consequences later. Procrastination can be explained like this. When you have to do something that you don't feel like doing, this causes feelings of stress and discomfort to be triggered in the pain sensory part of your brain, which would then try to find ways to address it.
If you'll remember, we procrastinate about things that make us feel a little bit uncomfortable. You think about something you don't particularly like, and the pain centers of your brain light up. So you shift and narrow your focus of attention to something more enjoyable. This causes you to feel better, at least temporarily. But sadly, the long-term effects of habitual avoidance can be nasty.
Wouldn't it be great if we can have a way to solve this? If you can find a way to start working through this discomfort feeling, you'll find that eventually, after a while, this feeling of pain in your insular cortex will start to fade away. Researchers have found that after we start working on the task, it is not long that the pain or feeling of discomfort will start to go away. The best technique is the Pomodoros technique, discovered by Francesco Cirillo, which was named after his tomato-shaped timer. This technique sets you up for 25 minutes of non-distracted work. It is when you intently focus to work for 25 minutes without any distraction and give yourself a little reward afterward.
You already have one good tool for procrastination, the Pomodoro, that powerful 25-minute concentrated period of energized focus.
The first step is to clear your desk of all things that could distract you. No pinging noises from your phones or messaging beeps from your computer. Then, set your timer for 25 minutes. Work intently with all your focus during those 25 minutes. When you finish, you can take a 5-minute break, Listen to a song you like, close your eyes and relax, make some tea or coffee. Just turning your attention away for a little bit is already considered a break. After you have completed your fourth Pomodoro, you may take longer breaks of 15 to 20 minutes. Or, if you still have the energy to continue working beyond the 25 minutes mark, you can. The Pomodoro is such a flexible technique which allows you to find the most suitable fit that works for you. One research has found that highly effective employees works continuously for about 52 minutes and rests for about 17. So why does this work? The power of the Pomodoro makes you focus your attention, training your brain to concentrate intently on one thing continuously.
For you, one of the easiest ways to focus on process is to focus on doing a Pomodoro, a 25-minute timed work session, not on completing a task. The essential idea here is that the zombie habitual part of your brain likes processes because it can march mindlessly along. It's far easier to enlist a friendly zombie habit to help with a process than to help with a product. By focusing on process rather than product, you allow yourself to back away from judging yourself. Am I getting closer to finishing? And instead you allow yourself to relax into the flow of the work.
Because it's only 25 minutes, anyone can do it. It's such a doable period of time to focus intently on something. Once you get on with it, after about 20 minutes, those feelings of discomfort will start to go away and you will get into the flow of learning or doing your work. When you're learning something new, information enters your brain and are scattered in all areas. These information have not yet entered into your long-term memory. Using the Pomodoro technique can help these information to be stored into your long-term memory by triggering usage of focus and diffuse mode. And this is the reason why resting your brain after 25 minutes or longer of hard work or learning can be a very helpful tool. Lastly, your expectation of the reward could serve as a powerful motivation when doing your Pomodoros. One, plan ahead for the amount of Pomodoros you will need to complete each task. Make sure that you set the right number of Pomodoros needed. This is the heart of using this technique to help you be successful. 2. List your tasks ahead, preferably the night before, to get your brain to be familiarized with those tasks. This will help you complete the task easier. 3. Start by choosing the hardest, biggest tasks to do first, when you have the most energy to tackle it. You should observe and keep record of how many Pomodoros it takes to complete the test. This will help you plan better next time. 4. If you have a specific task which takes up 5 to 7 Pomodoros, this means that the task is too big. You should break it down into small tasks not exceeding 4 Pomodoros. 5. If you have a task that is quite small and takes less than 1 Pomodoro to complete, you should consolidate it with other small tasks to complete it as 1 Pomodoro. 6. Refrain from focusing on the product, but rather focus your attention on the process instead. Because if you keep focusing on the end result, you will always be thinking, am I there yet? How much closer? And if the result seems a long way away, it could demotivate you from completing your task. 7. You should not use your break time to get on your laptop or cell phones. Even if you have your phones lying around nearby, it may be a distraction to your focus. One research study has found that people check their phones on an average of every 35 seconds. Another study has found that students who use their cell phones in class during learning are likely to take less notes and receive 1 grade lower. 8. You should remove all distractions that may disturb your concentration from your work environment. You should find a quiet and peaceful corner to work or learn. If you are unable to find a quiet place to work, consider using earplugs or noise-canceling headphones or earphones. 9. Avoid multitasking or doing many things at the same time, like checking your email while writing your report or learning. This produces switching costs that may cause cognitive load, which causes you to finish your work even slower. Let's prove this. If you were to count 1 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you would do so in no time. And if you were to recite the alphabet from A to J, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, you would also do it in no time. Now, let's try this. Recite the numbers 1 to 10, switch alternately with the alphabet letters from A to J. For example, A1, B2, C, 3, D, 4, E, 5. You get the point. All the way up to J10. You see how this works now? 10 indicates that you are in the zone with doing or learning something for too long. Switching to do other tasks will help you get unstuck with familiar known ideas, and it will help you see other perspectives. Procrastination is caused from negative thoughts towards tasks or chores that we have to do but just don't feel like doing it. This causes the brain to trigger pain, finding a way to direct our attention towards something more fun. And if you let this habit or behavior build up and continue, it will cause severe damage to your work life. For preventing procrastination, the key is when you start to feel that discomfort from not wanting to do your work, eat that frog and just do it. Think of process and not product, and get on with what you have to do. Those feelings of pain and boredom will soon fade away. The Pomodoro technique is the most effective method. 1 Pomodoro equals to dividing your work into 25 minutes intervals with 5 minutes break. Steps for doing this. First, define your task plan. Split up your tasks into 1 Pomodoro. Set your timer to 25 minutes. Work focusing intently on what you're doing without any distraction. Work until 25 minutes is up. You should avoid multitasking. Give yourself a little reward during your 5 minutes break. Do something that you like. Continue to do your next round of Pomodoros until you finish your task. When you complete the 4th Pomodoro, you should take longer breaks, up to 15 or 20 minutes.